As I see, we have some international guests sitting here, so I would prefer to speak in English. So today we are all invited here by Citibank Limited because of the closing ceremony of Citibank Perpetual bond. At first, I'd like to pay my due respect to the Honorable Chief guest today, Mr. Salman F. Rahman MP, Honorable Advisor for Private Industry and Investment to the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh. My very respected Mr. Ahmed Jamal, Deputy Governor of Bangladesh Bank, Mr. Aziz Al Kaiser, Chairman, the Citibank Limited, Mr. Aziz Al Mahmood, Chairman, Citibank Capital Resources Limited, Mr. Ashad and Mr. Arifin, both are the MDs of City Capital and Citibank, Chairman NRBC Bank, and I see the Honorable Managing Director of few banks sitting in front of us, respected bankers, journalists, and guests. A very good evening. I was serving as the Dean of the Business School last 8 years before I joined here. So, traveling around the world and presenting international papers was my hobby. 2017 or 2018, I was presenting a paper with a few of our university colleagues at Quinnipiac University in USA. And while presenting the paper, before going from Bangladesh, I decided to write a paper on a topic which probably Henry Kissinger will not like. The title was From Bottomless Basket to Prosperity. So, when I presented the paper highlighting the economic and socio-economic development Bangladesh has made during last, at that time, 48 years, in presence of many Bangladeshi professors serving in USA and in other areas of North America, and also the USA professors, they were asking me a lot of questions, and we answered them properly. We told them what is happening here, how Bangladesh is progressing, what Mr. Henry Kissinger said, and what is happening today with pride and glory. If you see that the independence that we have earned was so tough, so difficult, and what we got and what is happening here today, and with them with whom we fought, where they are and where we are today. The economy of Bangladesh, because of, especially during the last 1 decade, 10, 12 years, has progressed heavily. I thank Honorable Prime Minister for her bold, courageous leadership, full of experience, and the way she took all the hurdles that she found in front, demolishing everything and progressing forward. See how she is handling Corona as a epidemic, and this is now worldwide in a serious condition, but here in Bangladesh is still under control, and the management of vaccine is one of the best in the world. So we are progressing quite happily, and still we see that during Corona also, all the indicators are in a positive mode. So when you move forward, when you are taking your country from here to a big place, from 10,000 crore taka budget to 500 lakh crore taka budget, when you take Bangladesh from $50 billion to $350 billion GDP size, and farther, you have to take a lot of new innovative initiative to help the business, industry, society to grow together. And the best role and the main role that needs to be paid by the money and capital market. These are the two main instruments who play the main role having the business industry to grow, and if they work well, if they do well, if they contribute well, National Board of Revenue also gets a good result. And that's how the country goes forward standing in its own feet. You know that a country having 98% aid dependence is now only 1.28% aid dependent. And we do not have any problem if we do not have that much of money even from aid. So this is how we are independent, we are self-reliant, and we are standing in our foot, and we are taking this country forward. And the next generation that we have, they're coming, and the way they're visualizing to take Bangladesh forward requires a lot of innovative products. Without innovation, without new product, without developing a new horizon, this country will not prosper. And so we need new products in the money market and capital market. Perpetual bond issued by Citibank is the first of its kind, and as Citibank is also a first generation bank, they took the lead, and we try to be standing beside them all through. We wanted this to happen, and thank you to Almighty Allah that this has happened. In the meantime, many other banks, they came to us, and we have approved many perpetual and subordinate bonds. We know that equity, which was our main capital market ingredient, will not be able to help the business in the coming future, because the size of equity that an industry is getting from capital market is not enough to take Bangladesh forward. The size of capital, we call in Bengali puji, that we need for the industries, that the demand is coming, are huge. We have to give them 500,000 crore taka, more than 100, 200, 500 million dollar in the coming days to take Bangladesh in a fast forward development. So what will be the source? Banking? No. If we do that, the banking system will lend 100, 200, 500 million or crore taka to a business or an industry. That will be a big mistake, and that will definitely harm the banking sector. So the only solution that we see that is happening in the developed world is the contribution from the capital market. And that's why we are giving emphasis and we are giving IPOs in equity market, but our main attention is on bond market, because that is at this moment, before we have other derivatives and commodity market coming up, only solution to help the business people, the industries, the banks. So the moment we took charge, we started having bond market developed. And I'm happy, I'm very, very happy, and I thank the Citibank authority for inviting me today in the closing ceremony of the first perpetual bond in the banking sector. And I'm sure there are more to come in the coming days, where I'll be present in their closing function. We cannot do anything, anywhere, in any place alone. Everywhere, even if you put Maradona and Messi in a football team together, and if there is no strategy, no plan, no teamwork, that team will never win. Best players cannot make a team win. Best players with a proper planning, strategy, leadership only can make a team win. Sometimes you will see a good teamwork even can beat a better team. So what we need today in this market is a teamwork. And this teamwork is the coordination between the regulators. If the regulators, they work together, they know how to help the industry. If we behave like a friend to the business and industry, of course, will be very tough in compliance and governance, because we want that you will automatically comply. Why do we have to force you? That is the rules and regulations that you know already. So compliance is actually your duty. If we come with penalty, fines, this and that is not good. We don't want to do that. This is your job. Just go and follow the rules. We want to be your friend. We want to be a friendly regulator. And definitely I would request Bangladesh Bank to be a friendly regulator who will help the business community, the industry, the economy as a friend. And that is how we can move together, we can work together, we have 4 times we have made our per capita income from $500 to $2,000 within just 12 years. So if we can make our per capita income 4 times in 12 years, then within next another 12 years we can make it at least 4 to 5 times. See where our purchasing power will go, where our living standard will go, where per capita will go. See how our life will be, how better it will be in the coming days. So why not? Let's work together. I'm happy that yesterday I sat with the Bangladesh Bank delegation. I am very thankful to the Honorable Governor, and Honorable Prime Minister told me that please sit with everyone. We should have a coordination between each other. And immediately I called the Honorable Governor. I said, Honorable Prime Minister told me to sit with you. We have to solve problems so that business, industry, they do not face any problem. And then yesterday the Bangladesh Bank team was at our office and we had a wonderful meeting, very friendly, full of gesture, and we have solved many pending issues in a very friendly manner. One question that was raised by Eastern Bank Deputy Managing Director, this perpetual bond will not be calculated in capital market exposure. This is for your information. Is it impossible? Then we don't want perpetual bond. This is how we are helping the banking sector. While helping banking sector, if you consider that as capital market exposure, then we cannot work like that. Immediately I called them. And they clarified that who said? We did not say anything. So be careful. There are many panics. There are many wrong information around the world. Don't trust everything. Bangladesh Bank is very cordial. I had a discussion with both of them in the morning. This will never be, we'll never also allow this to be calculated in capital market exposure. Secondly, there is another fund, 200 crore SPV. We had a very good discussion yesterday. You can invest that money in the bonds, in Sukuk, and even mutual fund. So this will be another space or area where banking sector can invest. I have a example, I would not say example, I have a witness here sitting in front of you, the MD of Community Bank, a new bank, which was actually new. So they need some time to come to break-even point. But he has made a profit, and he got the thank you very much letter from the IGP of police, who is the chairman of Community Bank, because last year he made higher profit from capital market than money market. And he made a profit, he crossed break-even. So see, if the banking system can make good profit from capital market, why not? You have to make profits. So money market, capital market, we are brothers. We have to help each other. If we work together, we just see, we have to find out the opportunities. There are opportunities. We have to be courageous. Don't follow others. In the finance system, financial terms, there is a term called risk-return trade-off. You have to know what is risk-return trade-off. You take risk, you will get better return. Mr. Mashul Haq got a better return, and he made more money than he has other options in front of you, or he had, and he is now one of the biggest investors. You have to come up with new products, new innovative ideas. Every bank now. When we went to Dubai, many of you were together with me. We found there are a lot of problems relating to having international investment in Bangladesh. If we invite people, Mr. Arif Khan knows, he is an expert in this issue, one of the best speaker in the world, favoring Bangladesh anywhere in the world. He knows that if you want international people to come to Bangladesh, invest in bonds and capital market, or in the banking sector, even in perpetual bond or subordinate bond, you have to have proper hedging. Currency has to be properly hedged in order to save the investors. So we have some other areas where we and Bangladesh Bank will work together. We have a huge currency reserve, and I want to say the same thing that Honorable Prime Minister said, no matter what others are saying, that excess foreign currency reserve is a liability for a country. Because if you have adequate reserve, which can satisfy your secured time or secured import payment, then if you have too much in excess of that, that is a liability. So we have to use it some way here or there. So if we have enough reserve, if we can use that for EDF and other funds, then we can use that for hedging purpose and other purpose also. Why we are paying international banks for confirmation? Because we are losing 100 million, 200, 300 million dollar on at confirmation. We don't need to pay international banks for adding confirmation when we have 44 billion dollar in reserve, just a wastage of money. So we have to do many things in the coming days. Bangladesh Bank has to work together with us, and we together can do it. Currency hedging, innovative products, working with derivatives, developing our commodity market will take Bangladesh 2 steps upward. So this is where we have to go. This is where we need to go. And I hope the teamwork, as I said, will take Bangladesh forward. So we have to be a team. We are not enemies. We are friends. Of course, governance is required everywhere. Let's be friends. Let's work together. And I wish Citibank Perpetual Bond a great success. And I hope, as said by probably Mr. Ishad, that they will make more money from the exit policy that is coming very soon. Dhaka Stock Exchange is now ready with its software. Bonds will be traded. Our transaction volume will increase. And that's how we hope the first traded bond by Citibank Limited will be a great success, and they will make more money. Their exit policy will give them more dividend, and this will be the first marriage between the Bangladesh money market and capital market. Thank you very much for inviting me today, Citibank Authority.